Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a new layout for Get It Scrapped. So for this one, my assignment was fatherhood, and I was so excited about this layout because I've been meaning to scrapbook this subject of my husband and being a father and how amazing he is for a long time. And I just keep putting it off and not doing it. So when I got the assignment, I was doing the happy dance. So also along with the assignment is they wanted us to go above and beyond. They wanted us to make the layout stand out and show off how much we appreciate our husbands and make it super special. Do something to make the layout stand out. So I decided to cut up this title and make it big. So the title is going to be Love You to the Moon and Back. And these are two pictures of my husband, Mark, with Tinian as a baby. And so I am going to have the focus be the title because I want to talk about how much he loved or loves his kids, but specifically his babies, and how amazing he was at taking care of our babies and helping out at home. And he didn't just expect me as the mother to do everything. He would give them baths. He would change their diapers all the time, literally all the time. I would ignore a diaper needing to be changed for hours and he would just go and do it. He was and still is an amazing father, and I wanted this layout to show that. So I'm matting these two photos with a green paper and then also a kind of pinkish coral paper behind that. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to stitch around all of these words. And I think this layout literally took like, gosh, 8 hours to finish because of the stitching. But I knew that I wanted the title to stand out, but also I wanted it to be subtle. So I pulled out a yellow embroidery floss that was pretty close to the background. So you can still, in the end, tell that the stitching is there, but it's very subtle and just soft and perfect. And I love how it turns out. So here you can see I am just using my sewing needle to, or my thread needle to make holes around all of the letters, and this takes forever, so I'm not going to make you watch it all, but I did want you to kind of see how I start the process and then go about stitching on my layouts. So I didn't bother gluing any of these letters down at first because I was like, oh, this will be fine. I'll just do the stitching first to make sure I do the stitching well, but in the end it's going to be hard to tell where some of the holes are, so I'm going to end up gluing all of the words down after I start stitching. Okay, so now here you can see I am back, and like I said on the video, you can't really tell that I even did the stitching. In my preview it's a little bit smaller than yours, so if you have yours full screen you might be able to tell. But I decided while I was doing the stitching and everything that I was going to add some sequins to the back of the O's instead of stitching around it. And I thought that that would kind of also help pop this title off of the background and just give it a little bit more of a exciting look. More abnormal, I guess you could say. And here you can also see that I am trying to add in some sequins, or not sequins, flower stickers. And here, at first I was thinking maybe I was going to make a pocket and put the letters up on foam, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to be way too much. And I had already spent forever stitching, so I am going to end up just gluing down the sequins one by one and then gluing the letters the O's on top of the sequins. So now here I'm just gluing down the photos, and I apologize that you can't really see the bottom of my layout. I didn't realize it was down so far. All I'm doing here is gluing down the end pieces of the K and the C, because they kind of started coming up. So I was just using my liquid glue, which is the Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive. So here now I am going to start gluing down these sequins, and I wanted kind of to know where the inside of the O started so that I didn't really go outside of that a lot. So I kind of traced a few of the outlines of the inside of the O, and then now I'm just going to start gluing down the sequins. And after that, this layout is pretty much done. It took about an hour, I think, to make this layout from everything that you see here that I did. But off camera, I swear I probably stitched for about 5 to 6 hours. And of course, I'm not just sitting there and stitching and doing nothing else. I am, you know, I think I stitched while I was helping Tinian with homework and while Mark and I watched TV and, you know, fun stuff. So it's always worth it in the end. It does take a long time, but it's always worth it, and I really love how it turned out. Okay, now I have the O's glued down, and I am going to start embellishing, and I'm using the Just Be You collection, which I think is an older Echo Park collection from last year or the year before, I don't quite remember. But I got the sticker sheet last year when I was in Utah doing some scrappy shopping, and so this little circle sticker says Shine, and it is yellow, pretty much the same exact color as the background. So I decided to put it on the same green and coral papers that I matted the photos on, and then I'm going to do a little cluster up there right next to the word love, and I am going to use some of those same sequins. I believe, oh goodness, I think it's called Vintage Spring. It's a Spiegelmom scrap mix, and I will make sure to leave a link below so that you can go and check it out. Also, if you make a purchase from Spiegelmom Scraps, I am on her design team, so make sure you use my code, which is Meggy15. Now I am just going to do a little bit of spray mist splatters, and I'm using, oh goodness, I think it's Shimmer's Vibes Razzle Dazzle Berry, and then also Shimmer's Vibes Black Dawn, I think is what it's called. I'm going to do my journaling, and you'll see that in the photos, and a little bit more embellishing in the photos as well. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys again very soon. Bye!